Pastor John MacArthur recently went home to be with the Lord. And many people might not know that there's a connection between the African Christian University and John MacArthur.
You know, the private tertiary education was very new in Zambia. And the Zambian government quickly came up with regulations to make sure that their own citizens are not defrauded. And among the requirements were the fact that you needed to have 2 letters from already established universities. Now that was going to be abroad because they were not available in Zambia. And as part of your application process for accreditation or being registered. And I remember I was tasked to do that, but I'd go to a number of institutions that I knew and they knew me to say, you know, this is what we need. And inevitably, the moment you put it forward, because they were concerned about their own reputation. So I was quite discouraged about it. And then in 2013, I was speaking at the Strange Fire Conference. And the brother from the US I was talking about, who had managed to get word through to Dr. MacArthur to meet me over this topic. So because of all these closed doors, I went to meet him thinking, okay, you know, someone else has arranged this, so we'll see what happens. I got there, and the first thing he said to me is, have you had your lunch? And I said, no. He said, we can't talk, you need to eat first. So he organized, I was given some food in a corner, I ate. And then, okay, what is this about? So when I began talking about African Christian University, he said, hold on. He asked his secretary to call Mark Tatlock. I was meeting him for the first time. So he arrived, and then he said, okay, now you can talk. So by the time I got to the point of the letter, I've never forgotten, he immediately says, so Mark, could you organize the letter? I couldn't believe it. And Mark said, oh, yeah, before Conrad goes back, I'll make sure that all that is in place. And then he made the offer that when our current vice chancellor then, which is the president, the brother from the US, whenever he would come back to the US, make sure that we know so that we can fly him in and have a similar meeting. And then he said, would like to help you as much as we possibly could. I couldn't believe it. I think I walked out of his room sort of 9 inches above the ground. The other one came from Bethlehem with John Piper. So those are the 2 letters that were in the file that enabled us to get our university registered, for which I'm very deeply grateful.